Beloved, we are here on the grounds of hot tea. There's so much craziness going on right now. I am beside. I really am speechless at this, and I know that this 90-day house was supposed to be like
Mhm.
a spin-off, like it's gonna be different, it's gonna be like a turning point for the franchise, but this tea is crazy. Like this is by far the craziest thing that they've put out, that for us in the 90-day world, like, because Love in Paradise, they tried to push the envelope, but it wasn't like this.
Mhm.
This is crazy.
For the people that aren't, there was a person that just asked like, "What's going on?" So check my pinned tweet on Twitter or check my Instagram latest post if you
Oh,
haven't
oh
seen the
yeah.
tea.
Because if you're on Twitter, it literally just got posted, so it's very possible you don't even know what's going on yet. Like on Instagram, it's been up for like an hour, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, Instagram gets the priority these days. Yeah.
So if you're on Twitter, you might actually be completely unaware of all this craziness. But we're gonna go through it. Like, we're gonna talk about it. So even if you haven't seen it yet,
Mhm.
we're gonna bring it up because there's a lot of things that needs to be brought up, right? Like, there's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, the first thing I want to say though, anytime I post tea, I'll always get like one comment that will annoy me, and then the one comment that I got that annoyed me was basically it said it was some lady on Twitter, I mean on Instagram that said, "Well, we can't believe anything that Jennifer says anyway." And my response to that is, "Who the fuck said Jennifer was my source, dumbass?"
Oh yeah, what they just assumed that your source was Jennifer.
They assume that, but
That's
anyway,
weird.
I just want to say they're stupid.
I don't talk to Jennifer. Like, honestly, she would be the last person that would be a source. She doesn't really talk to anyone, and honestly, I wouldn't believe anything she has to say either. But in the ground and what's going on here, the source is very, very, very reliable. So what you are seeing and reading, this is legit. And I guess what we're gonna have to figure out is, what are they gonna air and what are they gonna try to hide from us? Because I think
Mhm.
that's what's gonna be, the real question. Are they gonna show us everything? Or are they gonna hide stuff from us?
Yeah, one of the things I said in there that they were going to hide was like the Timothy T.
Well, yeah, because they made some good points in the Instagram comments. They're like, well, they're definitely gonna try to shield their golden boy, like protect his image, because him and Veronica, for some reason, they consider them 90-day royalty, even though we don't fucking like them. But for some reason, they're considered royalty, so they're gonna try to protect his image. So that's definitely something that they're gonna hide. So if she brought it up, because this actually happened on the last resort, a bunch of Molly said that she brought up a bunch of stuff, and Kelly brought up a bunch of stuff, and actually Kalani brought up a lot of stuff about her relationship, and they cut it out of the show. So
Mm.
we were watching it and we were trying to figure out why these people hate each other. We didn't get the full story. So the stuff with Tim, I can guarantee you're only going to hear about it here. They're not going to want anyone to know. So for y'all who don't know, this tea is crazy because Jennifer, who we met as Tim's love interest way back in the day, right? So Jennifer,
Mm.
and this girl Jennifer was also with Jesse. So Jesse was with Darcy. That's who was saying to cut the steak on a bias. So this is Jesse, who is with Jennifer. Now Jennifer is on this show in Mexico. Well, they're not in Mexico now, they actually just got back. And
Mhm.
she's kind of the topic of a lot of the tea. So she's kind of been just hopping around. I call that a
Mm.
homie hopper, right? She just hopping from
She
homie to
apparently
homie.
delivered. She delivered the goods.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you're taking her out and you want to have a good time, she's a guaranteed good time, because based on this tea, she's a good time. I
Mm.
don't blame nobody for that. I like to hang out with a girl that's a good time. But this tea that she dropped on Tim, guys, I don't know if you're ready. But Tim's orientation, sexuality, whatever you want to call it, has always been in question, right? And we do remember when him and Jennifer for first premiered on the show, Jennifer wanted to have sex on the first night, and Tim shut it down. He wouldn't even like touch her. So everybody is that kind of sparked everybody's rumors. So Jennifer went and dropped this huge ass bomb on the show and said that Tim paid a man to have sex with her, and he was watching in the corner.
Yeah, and
And
I said in the post, reminiscent of stories we've heard about Diddy, and also let me just add in my favorite word, allegedly. Yeah.
allegedly, right, alleged everything in this space. tonight is allegedly. We want to make sure that that's very, very
Yeah.
clear. And yeah, this is a Diddy situation, sitting in the corner watching. We've talked about this because a lot of times we hear people about their watchers, like they want to see things happen. Or a guy, there was a streamer who I heard paid some guy to have sex with his wife or whatever. Like there's guys who do
Mhm.
this,
Oh yeah,
right? But
you know who does that is Adam 22. Maybe that's who you're thinking of.
that's who I'm talking about. Yeah, he paid a guy to have sex with his wife, and you watched. Like,
Yeah. Well,
it
his
baffled.
wife is like Lena the Plug,
Well, yeah, she's like a streamer too, or like an Instagram model or something, right? She's
like a
famous.
OF model.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So for them, this is not far off. If you're an OnlyFans model, you kind of have a price. Like no offense, guys. If you do OnlyFans, I respect that, whatever. But it's not far off that you would be involved in something like this. But first of all, are you surprised that Tim is a watcher? Does that strike you as strange, or you're just like, nah, that makes sense?
I mean, I feel like it makes sense. Again, the rumors are he's closeted. So, and also, again, to tie it into Diddy, people say Diddy's kind of closeted in his own way too. So I feel like that's a thing. It's like if you're into men, you're more into seeing a guy do your woman because you're not into doing your woman.
See, I feel the same way but I was thinking like, okay, so Tim's a watcher, but who is he watching more? Do you think he's
Mhm.
watching the guy more, or like, because I don't know how the watching works. Like, is it just attractive to see the person that you love having sex with someone else? Like, I wonder if, or does he use it as a cover up that he really just wants to see the guy, but he has the woman there as you can't write it off as him being gay. So I have like a billion questions on how
Mhm.
this works. But the fact that she dropped this tea after all these years, because you have to remember, her and Tim were together a long fucking time ago. So she's been holding on to this for a really long time.
True. Then if you've joined late and you don't know what we're talking about, check my pin tweet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Check the pin tweet. We're going through everything with a fine tooth comb. We're gonna make sure we get through everything. This tea is piping hot. It'll burn you. Be careful. This is McDonald's hot coffee first thing in the morning. It will burn your mouth. Be very careful as you go through, because all
Mhm.
this, I was shocked. I was sitting eating my food and it pops up and I had to put my food away. I was like, well, I can't eat now. I can't eat now. I need to know what the hell this is going. I read it
Yeah.
3 times. I still
Mhm.
haven't went back to my food. I'm not even interested in it right now. There's
No,
just so much.
now, when I was teasing it earlier, now do you understand why I couldn't like rush post it? It took time to
No,
kind of.
this needs to be released. Honestly, I felt like it needed to be released in like sections.
Mm,
Because after I kept swiping, I was like, oh shit, it gets better. It gets better. It was like I felt
yeah,
like it needed to be like slow release. You take a
yeah,
pill and it
mhm.
releases every few hours. I felt like it
Yeah.
needed to be a slow.
Yeah, if I really wanted to like get the most juice out of it, I could have done like three separate posts, like one a day. But you know,
Well, yeah, but sometimes you just want to get it out there because you have to be careful. Because if your source was willing to tell you, they're very
mhm.
possible that they were willing to tell someone else. So this is your exclusive. So you have to, when you have information like this, you have to move swiftly,
Yeah.
because it's gonna come out one way or another. So it might as well be you.
No, you're right. Yeah, I had to get it out, and also I was teasing it with like the imagery of the like Mexican resort, and with the verbiage. And then, when you start posting like that, then people will start like guessing in the comment section. And if you guess enough times, if you make 10 guesses, one of those 10 will be right. So that was another reason I had to post it all.
Yeah, people are really good. I
Mhm.
didn't realize how people are good at guessing things, because I'll say something like, I'll say, "Oh, I can't tell you how I know that," and then people will just start guessing, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, they just figured it out. Like, people are really good at figuring stuff out. Oh, but
Mhm.
speaking of Jennifer, it continues with Jennifer. She is still the topic of another thing. So we're not even really
Yeah, we
done.
still haven't even talked. We didn't even talk about the thing that's on the picture.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We need to talk about that. We need to get into that. So look, let's not skip ahead. So Rob and Jennifer. Like, okay, guys, Jennifer is like the hot, popular girl at the party, right? Like, so basically, Jennifer was having a really good time at this Mexican resort, and I don't blame anybody because Jennifer is hot. Like, honestly, Jennifer is hot. I blame no one for anything. I think it's YOLO, and if you want to
Mm.
stick your tongue down Jennifer's mouth, do you? I would totally do it as well. But there's something that has to do with Rob the Knob and Jennifer. And like, I want you to tell it. I want you to tell it. I want you to get this out there so we can start
Mhm.
getting into this.
Well, let me just go through how it is in my head, which before I got to the Rob T, basically the story was, well, to back up on the premise of the show. So there's 90-day kind of veterans, and then there's a dozen or so single people that we've never heard of. So
Exactly.
it's like a mix of vets and a mix of single people. So apparently, what happened was on the show, which the show I think featured more intermingling of the vets with the single people versus the vets with the vets. So I think
Yeah.
what happened was on the show is Jennifer, obviously, and obviously they're going to cast really attractive dudes for Jennifer. So anyway, Jennifer meets a really hot guy or whatever. So on the show, she obviously, finds someone that tickles her fancy and finds a guy she falls head over heels with who's a new cast member, single guy. So apparently the story is she hooks up, bangs the new guy on the show. And that's kind of to be expected. Like everyone is kind of
Right.
guess that.
Right.
And that's going to be featured all on show. So that's kind of par for the course. But I think, but the part that wasn't par for the course, and the part that apparently wasn't really part of the filming because they wanted to keep it on the down low, was so she snuck off away from the show filming, and the story was she ran off with with Rob the Knob, and they were in the pool, and they apparently like had, had sex in the pool away from the cameras secretly and away from the show. So it may not even be on the show. And then my speculation is if they weren't cameras there for that part where they did it on the low low, it may be something that they would like release as like juicy tea on the tell all. So that was kind of my
Right.
speculation.
Because one thing that I learned about TLC, because we saw this with Louisa and Jamal, is they're very sneaky. Because remember, they didn't have a camera on Louisa and Jamal at that single life tell all, but they caught the audio of them talking about hooking up. So I'm very skeptical at the idea that there is a aspect of this resort that they had these people at that there wasn't a camera somewhere. Sometimes the cameras are hidden. Because remember, we were watching
Mhm.
the last tell all; they were all in the mansion. There wasn't necessarily a cameraman holding all the cameras. Sometimes we were watching like a camera mounted on the ceiling, like they would be pouring a drink and the
Mhm.
camera would just be above their heads. So I'm wondering, because other than the bathroom, I think it's pretty much fair game. You can put
Yeah.
a camera there because it's in the contract. You just can't put it in the shower. You can't put
Mhm.
it in the bathroom. You got to respect the actual laws. But I'm pretty sure if there is a hot tub, if there was a pool, just because there's not a guy holding the camera standing over you, there could have still been a camera somewhere.
Yeah, you never know. Or maybe there was a pool where they knew there was a camera, and then maybe there's a pool really far away in the other end of the resort that doesn't have the camera.
Now
Maybe they
that
did.
that makes yeah, you're right. That makes sense. So say for instance, they had use of certain parts
Hmm.
for filming of the resort, and then they went to like a resort area that was just for regular guests.
Yeah.
So obviously you can't have cameras there. Those people didn't sign any type of contract to be on film. And maybe they waited till everybody was asleep. At 2 or 3 in the morning, it's fair game. Nobody's out there. So it is what it is. I don't want to like knock Jennifer for hooking up with like two guys in the house. I don't care about that. I feel like sex is sex. I don't care. I just think it's interesting that she probably hooked up with the first guy on the first night. And I
Hmm.
always say it's like when you go into a house and it's like sexy singles or it's
And
like
it's
the
it's
type of
exciting.
yeah. So it's like it's so easy to find somebody you click with and just hook up right away. I've been
Hmm.
watching enough reality TV to know this happens all the time. But see, I'm a don't buy the first car you see type
Hmm.
guy. So like I don't know if I would actually hook up with the first hot chick I see right when I get in the house. Because when you're on a TV show, every now and then they'll introduce a hotter chick 3 or 4 days after y'all get there. So I don't know if she was premature with it and then had second thoughts and was like, damn, I should have just hooked up with somebody else. And then that's how Rob came along. Not saying that Rob isn't a catch,
Hmm.
but if that's what she wanted to do, that's what she wanted to do. But again, we haven't seen these sexy singles that they casted, so we don't know what they were working with.
Yeah, who knows? And if a relationship flourishes, maybe Jennifer can be like the hot girl in the next 90-day Bad Boys video.
See, that I would watch. See, it's funny because I didn't like her on The Single Life. For some reason, I just didn't like her on the show. But the Jennifer that's described here tonight, I feel like I love her. Like I fucking love her. Like I feel like she's a lot of fun. I don't know. She just seems really like obnoxious when she did that Single Life season. But I don't know. Like now, what I'm hearing, I'm like obsessed with her now.
So now are you excited to watch the show?
I'm very excited. Like honestly, I'm very excited. I've been complaining and complaining for years that the show is repetitive. We're getting the same drama. We're getting the same American girl who wants to marry a Muslim man and then she's got to wear a hijab. We're getting the same thing. This is exactly what I've been asking for. I want some raunchy, crazy entertainment, and I feel like this is exactly what we're getting. And the best part is they're mixing in the 90 Day people that I'm so accustomed to seeing for years and years and years, and they're putting them in different situations that are interesting to me. I don't want to see, Veronica go on a date with Jamal. That's so bullshit. Like I want to
Hmm.
see real shit.
Yeah. I think I'm sure the singles that they casted are kind of the typical like crazy reality TV singles that are like DTF times a million.
Oh hell yeah, there are people that want to be on reality TV, get a bunch of followers, and be the next reality star. So I'm pretty sure them, and then adding like because these are so called celebrities, right? So putting them in the house, they're like, well, I'm gonna bang a celebrity,
Hmm.
right? So because a lot of times that's a driven force why people hook up fast. The person's on TV, they're on a show, and they want a piece of it.
Hmm.
So it's not going to be difficult. If you put Big Ed, we saw this. You put Big Ed in a college bar, there's a girl that's willing to kiss him because Big Ed has a million followers. Like
Hmm.
so it's not far off to get people interested in hooking up.
And I just want to say shout outs to In Touch Weekly that reported on that other tea that I spilled today.
Yeah, I saw that. They picked it up. You're getting huge, man. This is crazy. Yeah, In Touch picked up the Ed video, which you broke,
Hmm.
which was insane. I feel like Ed is really putting himself out there. He's really trying, and
Yeah.
I applaud that. I applaud that because I feel like after his last season, people were over him, and he's really trying to stay relevant. And I'm very impressed that he's able to get college age girls.
Hmm.
Like that's impressive as hell for me.
I mean,
Like for real.
he's basically like a mascot, so he gets away with that.
I know, right? Because if he was not Big Ed, he was just him,
Hmm.
the way he looks, and he walked into a college bar, he would get kicked out. But he's literally, like you said, he's a mascot. He walks in, and it's like he's in costume, and he has all these people willing to play along and make videos and
Hmm.
get fake engaged and kiss him on the mouth. I ain't kissing him on the mouth, not even for money. So the fact that he can make that happen, I'm impressed. I'm honestly impressed.
Yeah, because like if I well pretend I'm just Joe Schmo, but still a 90 Day fan, but not Shabooty the super fan. But if I'm just the Joe Schmo fan, and I saw Big Ed at a college bar or something, I would probably be excited, and then I would go up to Big Ed, say, "Oh my God, Big Ed, I gotta take a picture with you." Then the women in the bar will see like, "Damn, who's this guy like getting all this attention?" So then they'll be like even clamoring to holler at Big Ed too, you know?
Oh hell yeah, they want to get in a picture with a guy who's got a million followers. Like
Hmm.
it don't matter how you look. Like we've learned this. We've learned. Look at Flavor Flav. He has season after season of all these hot girls trying to marry him, and it's like all you need is a million followers and you are set.
True. All right. There's one part of the tea we haven't talked about. So it's still again Jennifer related. She's like the linchpin of all the tea. But
Yeah.
apparently, word is she made out with Chantel on the show. But my spidey senses were saying like maybe it was just kind of like kissing for the show versus for real. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Well, whenever I hear, like, I'm be real, and I don't want to get crucified, but whenever I hear about two hot girls kissing, I always think, well, it doesn't mean they're lesbians because two hot girls kissing can just be two hot girls kissing,
Hmm.
because there's always that, there's women who want to be with women, and then there's women who want to kiss women because it's really popular to do and it gets
Yeah.
attention. I don't think Chantel is a lesbian. Like, I'm just going to be honest and real. I don't think she's bi or a lesbian. I
Hmm.
just don't buy it. I
Yeah.
mean, Jennifer's hot. Chantel's hot. I
Hmm.
would love to see them kiss, but I don't think that that's the real vibe. Like that's not the vibe I get,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, that was part of the final tea, which was Chantel supposedly finds a chick, not Jennifer, and she kind of, starts a little initial relationship with a hot female that isn't Jennifer.
Well, yeah, I saw that, and then
Hmm.
some people said that Chantel has been posting a lot with a girl lately,
Hmm.
and I did go back and look at her stories and her posts, and I did see her posting a lot of stuff with girls. But again,
Yeah,
who knows what that really means? It could mean absolutely nothing,
true.
But if she wants to get back on the show, this isn't far off. Remember Stephanie Mato?
Hmm.
She came back and she dated. Oh my gosh, what was her name? It was this really cute girl.
Yeah,
She had like
I know you're talking about.
rainbow. Yeah, she had like rainbow hair. She was like really cute. I think she's from Australia.
Yeah.
And she faked being a lesbian or faked being bisexual to get back on the show. So this
Yeah.
isn't uncommon, you know. I think it's messed up because there are people who do live that lifestyle and they are gay or bisexual, and don't plagiarize on other people's lifestyles. But I mean, I just, me being honest, knowing Chantel and knowing a lot about her and her family, I don't think that that's the
Mhm.
case. But I'm totally gonna watch her kiss Jennifer because I think that would be really hot. I'm just
True.
being real. I'm just being real.
No, yeah, yeah, no, I think you it's a good analysis on your part. So, do we hit all the tea?
Wait. Did we? Hold on. I gotta
Take.
scroll. All right. So
But
we got
one
one.
thing though, it's not related to the. But like as far as the Big Ed thing, did you notice how the two photos? It's almost like as if the girl was going to kiss him on the cheek, and then he like immediately like turns his head to like kiss her on the lips. Did
Yeah,
you
I
notice
saw it.
that part?
Yeah, I saw that. I think that Ed is totally ask for a kiss on the cheek and then at last minute try to get one on the lips type of guy. That is a vibe I get from Ed. He's that guy. You know, there's people that do that, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that consent is important. A kiss on the cheek is way different than the kiss on the mouth. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to be careful with that. And
Yeah.
I think since he's Ed, he's just like, oh, I'm Ed. Who wouldn't want to kiss me? I don't want to kiss you. What I mean? And I think that there's girls who might want to be in a video with you, but they sure as hell don't want to kiss you. So he
Mm-hmm.
just gotta, be careful with that. Don't do anything extra that you didn't get permission to do. And I know it's hard for like a really famous person who gets so much attention and love. It's hard for them to understand that there are people who don't want to do that. But yeah, I saw that and I didn't like it. I was like, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
grimy. If she agreed to kiss you on the cheek, then kiss her on the cheek.
Yeah. Oh, and again, I'll just add allegedly, but yeah, it did look like the chicks. She kind of cocked her like face backwards in the second photo.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once she realized that her lips were touching his, it was a different feeling, right? It was a different feeling. It's not about clout anymore. Now it's like, no, this is too real for me, and I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not okay with it.
True.
I
Ha-
think that this is interesting though because remember Veronica and Tim on the last Single Life Tell All, they were kind of attacking Jamal and Louisa. I
mhm.
remember, and they were like making it seem like they were liars and they were bad people. So I think it's interesting that now Tim is the target in this new season because everyone says things come full circle, right?
Mhm.
It's interesting that now Tim is going to have to face these allegations again. 'Cause, he said recently he's sick of talking about it. He's sick of people saying it and bringing it up. So now that if they do air what she said, again we don't know. Allegedly they may not. He would have to face it on TV. He's not really faced those comments on TV, but I know he said something on the tell all because Kenny and him were always hanging out, and Kenny was like, "Oh yeah, that's my boyfriend," and then Tim said, "No, no, no, we're just friends." Like he softly addressed it, but I think that if it did come up on the show, I would love for him to actually go in depth and just
Mhm.
tell us for real because I don't believe him.
Mhm.
So, and again, I don't care either way if he likes guys, girls, horses. I literally don't care. I don't judge people, but it is weird, that people keep bringing that up. And then his ex girlfriend from many, many years ago brings up something like he likes to watch, and like it's just rehashing over and over. If, in my opinion, you should bring it up, get it over with, and just say what it is so you don't have to keep revisiting the same topic over and over.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they cut that or keep it in.
I know, right? Because they do coddle him and Veronica a lot.
Yeah, they
They
protect. They
coddle them a
protect
lot.
them.
So if I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any scene whatsoever with her bringing that up. I just hate that he keeps getting away with not having to explain anything to anyone.
Mhm.
I feel like everybody should be treated equally, and nobody should be able to, escape the mess and the accusations. Everybody should have to deal with it head on.
Yeah, and then the another common question is when will this air? So what are we giving it? 6 to 8 months?
I heard that it's gonna air in the summer.
Hmm.
So if I have my math right, it's after Happily Ever After.
Okay.
So the next season of Happily Ever After, which I heard that Cara and Guillermo are going to be on,
Hmm.
and that's supposed to be when they're going through their issues. So it's going to be after Happily Ever After. This is going to air. So next summer.
Yeah, I guess it matches up with summertime in like Mexico. So
Well, right, because they kind of filmed it. Well, it's gonna be it's gonna look like summer in Mexico no matter what, but it's
mhm.
gonna look like they filmed it in summer because they filmed it in Florida for The Last Resort. So and that aired towards fall into summer. So I think they're gonna stick with that schedule.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because people were asking. So there's your answer, people. And I guess
Yeah, it's far. It's very far off. A lot of people don't realize from filming to your screen can be like 9 to 12 months, sometimes 15 months, depending on the situation. Because not everybody, like when they're doing 90 Day Fiance, they don't film at the same time. Sometimes they'll film this
mhm,
person for 4 months, and then 4 months later they'll film another person. Like
mhm.
so, it takes a lot of time.
No, yeah, that's true. But these destination shows, they're all at the same time, so it's easier.
Yeah, it's gonna go to editing faster, and it's gonna get to your screen faster. That's how I think The Last Resort they filmed it in like January, and I think we were watching it 6 7 months later. Like it was pretty quick.
Mhm. So, have you had in the past? Have you had any interactions with Jennifer?
No, not that I know of. No, I haven't had any interactions with Jennifer
Hmm.
at all. Not that I can remember. I don't think I've ever really interacted with Jesse either.
Hmm.
So yeah, no. So again, I didn't care for her much when she was on the Single Life. I found her to be really obnoxious and annoying. But again, I like everything that I'm seeing. So if this is who she really is, I actually like her, and I probably should have been talking to her this whole time.
True. Oh, I will say it's not related to the current topics on the table, but you know who followed me from B90 today?
Wait, B90. Wait,
Like
okay,
the
so
current B90.
Brian, not Brian. Wait, Tiger Lily,
No, but keep
not
guessing.
Tiger Lily. Um,
I will. You want a clue?
wait. Is it Vaya?
No.
Okay, yeah, give me a clue.
Okay, well, the clue may be a bad clue, so it may not help. But it's one of the person in the couples that I memed like this past Sunday's posts on my like social media, like my live
Oh,
tweets.
Is it? Wait, is it Boja?
No,
Is it Vanja?
no,
Okay, I give up.
it's Sunny.
Seriously, Sonny?
Yeah,
Interesting.
but
I'm,
oh,
I'm actually.
what's interesting though is there's a tell though by him following me. There's a tell, and the tell, and this would be a Friday conversation, but the tell is in my post. I said, Sonny, I forget my exact words, but I was like, Sonny crashed out on Vea. And then I said, but I ain't mad at him, meaning like I agree with him going hard on Vea. And then that was my meme, basically, my live tweet. And then he followed me after I posted that. So basically, that means he likes that I supported him and he agrees with my sentiment. So to me, that means they're not together if he's following me after I posted that in support of him.
Yeah, I see that. I definitely see that.
Yep.
I mean, I assume they weren't, because she's clearly in Orlando now, and I don't really see how they can come back for that. A lot of people are saying that she should just be with Rory, but apparently Rory lives in Ohio,
Hmm.
so it will be a long distance relationship either way.
True.
But yeah, I think that this is a Friday conversation because there's a lot more to get into that.
Yeah. So hopefully we didn't burn all of our Friday topics. Uh,
Yeah. If anything, though, I could talk more about Jennifer and Chantel kissing. That's a conversation that I could just keep having. I could talk about that for a while.
There was one funny comment on Instagram. I was trying to find it, but I think they said like I'm trying to find it, but they said it was a funny joke. It was like, oh yeah, here it is. They said their comment was they called it a 90-day gonorrhea season one.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I
They,
mean, I like that.
maybe
I
maybe
like
maybe they
that.
should have said 90-day gonorrhea house season one or something.
Yeah, the gonorrhea house.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I like that. And then it's like a picture of a gonorrhea genital or something. I like that. That's a meme. There's a meme in there, guys. We got to get
Yeah,
that meme out
gonorrhea
there.
house.
Yeah,
I'll work on that.
yeah. There, we got to work on that. We have time, and maybe the next season we can get Lauren in the house. I feel like
Mhm.
that would definitely be interesting.
Yeah, I want to see him accosting some singles. Just kidding.
That would be amazing. I would love to see him trying to hook up right with random singles, and
With
then after
men
tell it.
and women.
Well, right, men and women, and then the make sure the women have female penises and not male penises. That's very important. You have to have a female penis, not a male penis.
True. All right. I'll be uploading this on Spotify and Apple. So this is a rare instance of a 90-day fiance Fridays on a Tuesday.
Yeah, this this couldn't wait, guys. This couldn't wait. It was we had to talk about it. I told you I was eating. I literally dropped my fork. I haven't eaten my food since. It was huge, so we had to get it out to you guys. It's early too, so thank everybody. Thanks Shabooty for knowing all this information like 8 9 months before you would have got it on TV.
True. Yeah, I hope it was worth the wait. I know people on Twitter didn't want to wait; they just wanted to post it immediately, but it needed the proper marinating.
Yeah, these things it's important. It's like cooking.
Mm,
You know, you gotta spice it and cook it and bake it and until it's ready. So it was ready, and y'all had to wait a little bit, but now you have it, and now everybody is enjoying it.
true. Oh, and then one quick last joke was, you know how James he's with like Tata. And
Yeah,
then I posted that meme of him, and I was like, he should barter 5 banana chips for like a training bra. And then I also and then the other joke was his name should be he's the one that should be called Tata. Anyway,
that was my favorite. When
yeah.
I saw the scene, and I was like, "Why is his titties out?" I was like, "What is happening? What is going on? What their weddings? They got the women completely covered up, and dude's got his titties out." I'm like, "What is going on?
Mm.
What are we watching at this point?" And dude has big titties. I was like, "What is going on?" And he's not even he's skinny. I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, he's the Tatas in the relationship. So anyway, we could joke about that Friday as well.
All right, guys, back to everybody's regular scheduled program.
Yeah,
The regular scheduled Tuesday programming. Thanks for taking some time out with us to get into this tea. I'm so glad that it came out because I was kind of excited for the 90 Day House, but you know you know how they've been doing us lately. But I'm actually really excited for it now.
true. And if you haven't listened to our podcast on Spotify and Apple, just look up 90 Day Fiance Fridays podcast.
Yeah, do that ASAP,
All right.
please. Yeah.
Talk to y'all anytime on Twitter. Hit us up. Talk to y'all soon.
All right. Talk to y'all Friday. Bye.
Peace.